and welcome to another episode of The Nonsense Review. I am your host, as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hi, everybody!
And by Rick, I mean Dr. Rick Nivieres. And today we're watching something brand spanking new once again. We're delving into the mind of Marvel. But before we get into that, you guys know the drill by now, I hope. So to that end, Rick, how was your week?
It's been 2 weeks since I last had an energy drink. It's not been through any, form of abstinence. It's just the case I've not been out to the shops and I'm not paying full price.
Well, it's funny enough that I've also not been on the energy drink.
So I think we're both kind of clean at the moment. Another one is the front fell off our microwave.
By the front, do you mean the door?
Part of the door. So the outside part of the door, which might be the bit that has the most radiation shielding on it.
Yeah, that's concerning. How did that happen? Just wear and tear, or did some fucker take a knife to it?
No, it's 12 years old, so...
Fuck me, I don't think I've ever had a microwave last that long.
You don't know how much you use your microwave until you're not allowed to use it. We're waiting for another one now.
It's very weird, because I think I've had more ovens fail me than microwaves. So I've gone weeks where we've had nothing but microwave meals, and that fucking sucks, let me tell you.
The opposite is kind of a bit shit, because, the oven has to go, 20 minutes before it's properly warm. But yeah, the microwave being able to do something in 2 minutes is very convenient, especially when you've got a mummified cup of tea that's around the house and needs reviving.
I think I'd rather just make a fresh cup.
The thing that I was going to talk about is the Olympics ended, and we had a closing ceremony, which was fun.
I didn't actually watch it. Was there more video game Easter eggs for us to enjoy, or...?
I also didn't watch it, but my folks have been very invested in the Olympics. They've been going downstairs every day and watching the live for us, but also time-shifted because of time zones coverage. So they've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying being left alone. Full credit to all the people that have been out there, giving it their all and, performing for their countries.
Yeah, except for Russia.
Russia technically doesn't attend the Olympics. It's just the Russian Olympic Confederation.
They don't attend the Olympics because they're not fucking allowed.
Yeah, I know.
The thing that makes me laugh is they got done in for doping their athletes, right? And then the Winter Olympics went, that was just a normal Olympics. I'm sure it was a one and done thing. Come on, you can come join us. And Russia sent their athletes, and they did more dope tests, and they were still fucking doing it. They're fucking bastards.
So yeah, now Russia attends in the form of Russia with its serial number filed off.
It's one of those weird things when it comes to doping. Oh, this is going to sound so fucked up, but I don't care if people dope themselves for athletics. You just shouldn't do it in a competition that says you can't do it.
Because that's the thing. The other alternative is making it compulsory.
Well, not compulsory. You make it allowed, but by making it allowed, if you don't dope, you're obviously not going to place ever. Saying compulsory is a fucked up suggestion. It's like, you want to lift weights for your country? You got to do this steroids, motherfucker.
It's back in the days before anabolic steroids became compulsory. Anyway, that's enough from my dalliances. How was your week?
Well, my week, I'm not really going to be talking about anything that happened in the world. Just things that I did personally, because I'm a narcissist at heart. But yes, I've spent a lot of yesterday specifically modding Stardew again. A lot of my mods were outdated because I'm one of those fuckers who doesn't update my mods for half a year. So whenever I come to updating, I have to update pretty much everything. And then I think, well, fuck it, I've just spent an hour updating all my mods. I might as well fucking see if there's anything new. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been having fun. I'm only in day 3, so I've done fuck all in the game because I spent so much time modding. But it's Stardew. I'm having fun. Fuck you people who don't like Stardew.
Speaking of not updating mods, I have not updated my Skyrim mod since it changed from Nexus mods to Vortex mods.
But have you played Skyrim in the meantime?
Yeah, twice. The game still works with the mods that you have installed already. It's just, if you want to use the new mod manager, you got to update to the new mod manager.
One thing I do appreciate about Stardew is even though all of the mods are on Nexus, you don't need the fucking Vortex bullshit to install them.
Yeah, you just need the file.
Yeah. For anyone who wants to mod Stardew, there's only 2 compulsory mods you need. You need SMAPI, which is Stardew mods, and the other things stand for other bullshit. But, that pretty much does the bulk of the work, and you need Content Patcher for most mods. There's also a bunch of other toolkits you need to install depending on what mods you get. But the fun thing about Nexus is they have a requirements tab, which means if your mod requires some sort of tool or other mod that doesn't do anything on its own in order to run, it will tell you. All Stardew is bang your mods in the mod folder. There are some old school mods that replace sprites and you have to fucking replace individual sprites, which, it's a lot of work, fuck that.
Yeah, but then again, sprite swaps is pretty much one of the easiest mods that you can possibly do.
Oh, it absolutely is, but when you compare it to bang this in your mod folder to take out each individual file and replace it with this file, do you get what I'm saying? The level of work, there's a bit more. But yes, moving on to other video game related news. Rick, I've tried Pokemon Unite.
Oh.
I finally gave it a go. I suggest logging in at least once. I don't know if the campaign's over or not, but they gave you a bunch of free shit for logging in during the first couple of weeks, including vouchers to get outfits for your Pokemon trainer, which...
Oh, sweet. Yeah, because that was something that was kind of lacking in character creation as far as I can tell.
Well, character creation is, hey, pick your basic features and pick your purple uniform or orange uniform. And that's it, motherfucker.
And if you don't like either of those, or if neither of those suit the character that you're trying to play, get fucked.
But it doesn't even fucking matter. You see that character on screen for about 2 seconds.
Yeah, fair enough.
As far as MOBAs go, it's very fucking basic, very different, because it feels like it's catering more towards a younger crowd, which, of course it is. It's fucking Pokemon.
Yep.
But, like, I'm not a massive MOBA fan, right? I've said this, probably not said it on the podcast, but I've said it before in my life. The only MOBA I enjoy is Smite, because I like the third-person over-the-shoulder camera view. I don't like the top-down look that pretty much all MOBAs do, including Pokemon Unite.
So you got the Evergreen pack for Smite as well, haven't you? Where whenever something new comes out, you automatically got it.
Yeah, but it does help that the only thing that you get that's new in Smite is characters.
Sure.
All the other stuff is it's weird because Pokemon Unite is such a bare bones MOBA. You pick your character levels up and evolves through the thing. You could have a choice of 2 skills when you hit each certain level thresholds. But that's it. There's so little. You don't have to keep going back to the shop to upgrade your items, and there's no build variety as far as I'm aware. All the items, as you said, when we initially installed the game, are out of the arena. You just have it when you go in.
Yeah, so it's something that you level up with resources, out-of-game resources, like mobile game resources.
So I'm not so sure about that, because I've not upgraded anything. I'm not sticking with this game. I've played the tutorial, and I've played free matches. They were unranked, because I don't like ranked games in MOBAs, because that's where the toxicity is.
Yeah, it is.
I don't recommend it. If you're a fan of MOBAs, you might get something out of this, but you're probably not going to, because it's so bare bones for MOBAs. It's probably more catered towards Pokemon fans, but even Pokemon fans are probably going to acknowledge there's not a lot of meat on this.
It's Pokemon fans that tried Pokken Tournament and were like, cool, we enjoy Pokemon spin-offs, let's have another one.
I remember Pokemon spin-offs when I was a kid. It was like, hey, here's the trading card game on your Game Boy, here's Pinball, here's Dungeons.
And here's Snap.
That fucking sequel is good.
Yeah, it had its DLC recently as well, didn't it?
It was more like a free update. But yes, moving on from video games, I finished Season 1 of The Owl House.
So you've been talking about how you've been enjoying this, and how I need to catch up with you.
You need to fucking watch it. It's so good, man.
Yeah, and Season 2 currently underway.
Disney Plus is doing this weird region locking thing. It kind of made a weird sort of sense when they first released it, but them still doing it now for certain things. And The Owl House of all things?
The thing is, they did it for The Mandalorian when it was new, and that made absolutely no sense, because all that did was make people turn to Yaha for the good old Star Wars fix, because you couldn't get Disney Plus at all for the longest time in the UK. And then when it did come out, it was like 6 months later. They did the right thing by releasing it at the same time worldwide after that.
They absolutely did. But I think they learnt their lesson, because I think when they first released it, their logic was like, okay, if we release all of The Mandalorian in one go, everyone's going to use their free month and they're not going to keep resubbing. But instead, what actually happened was people used their free month, they went, oh, not all The Mandalorian's out for some fucking reason. It's all online on this fucking piracy website, so yaha, fiddly dee, pirate's life for me. It's so baffling. Why would they think that's not what people's first response would be? I'm paying for this service and not getting the thing I want, so fuck you, I'ma steal it.
It always just reminds me of that goddamn comic where Netflix comes out and the guy puts the pirate hat away because Netflix is so convenient, and now there's like 15 different sites and it's like, oh, it's good to see you, old friend, then he dusts the spider off his pirate hat.
Like, Gabe Newell has the best outlook on it when he first released Steam. It was just like, hey, by the way, people who play video games just want an easy way to get their video games. If you put it all in one place, they won't pirate your shit.
Yeah, I've not pirated a video game in a long time.
I can tell you the last time I pirated a video game because I was too young to know what pirating really was. It was back when I was a bit younger and the DS first came out, and I got one of those little R4 cartridges. Now, I didn't know that was stealing because my brain was, like, oh, this guy is selling me this cartridge with 30 games on for a tenner.
And when an adult is selling something, like, you trust the adult.
Yeah, I mean, it was at a market. It wasn't at a car boot sale. It was at a proper market. They're supposed to be vetted for piracy. They're not, but they're supposed to be.
It's always the dodgy guy down the market, and his response to if something doesn't work is, oh, you he should update it. And when he says update it, he means buy a new one.
The dude was great because he used to include little paper slips where it said, these are the free websites that will get you new ROMs. Now, that guy was a fucking legend, but at the same time, thief. Thief who's teaching other thieves how to be thieves.
Yeah, at least I can kind of respect it to a degree, but also he is making money out of the initial thief tool, so that's the bit that I don't like. But someone's got to make money out of that for the thievery to work.
But yeah, Meow House Season 1 is great. My personal favourite episode is Grom Night. In case you can't tell by the name, it is a play on prom night. And adorable things happen, which I hope get elaborated on, and I'll say no more on that. Season 1 ends with a trope that I fucking adore, so I'm not going to say any more than that because I want you to watch it and I want you to fucking mark out as much as I did. So, that being said, that's pretty much all the stuff I've consumed this week. So, to that end, Rick, what are we doing?
Today, we are delving into Disney What If.
They are starting with the least interesting one to me. Like, it's perfectly safe, and I have no doubt it's going to be a good episode, but I'm looking forward to seeing Black Panther as a Guardian. Not Guardian, a Ravager.
Yeah, fair enough.
Basically, I saw something in the trailer I really want to see, and I'm bummed out I have to wait.
Right, should we get into it?
I guess we should.
Okay, so for people watching along with us at home on Disney Plus, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Big logo!
Yeah. Mine lagged for a second, so I might be a quarter of a second behind you.
That's fine. I'm on the comic book.
Yeah, the comic book thing stays for longer.
But yes, one thing I'll give Loki credit for is it does set the groundworks for this to even exist, technically in canon. Now the multiverse is officially a thing, everything that happens is canon, even if it's not.
Yeah, that's... I like that thing of Schrodinger's canon, that even then, technically these things were happening, they were just getting nipped in the bud at an early stage. Or not, in the case of Sylvie.
Yeah. There we go, straight in with the Watcher. I only know that because of the subtitles, guys. Looks like there's a lot of people are reprising their roles, but we've already been told some people haven't for the voicing. So be interesting to see if they go if the replacements go for a similar sounding voice or if they do their own thing on it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's not normal for the proper voice actors to be the animated voice actors.
I do know that T'Challa is.
Yeah, which is it's kind of heartwarming, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Didn't we see a Watcher in one of the Stan Lee cameos? Where Stan Lee was like just shooting the shit with a couple of them, or a couple of the same species.
Maybe. Was that in one of the Guardians of the Galaxy ones?
I believe so. It was definitely one of the space-themed ones.
Yeah.
Allied forces land in Italy.
It's got to be after 1942, because that's after the Americans entered late.
We won't touch that. Look at that blue-eyed boy. Isn't it so weird how Captain America, blonde hair, blue eyes, is the perfect Aryan?
They touch on that so much as well.
The animation style's an interesting one. It looks kind of Telltale.
Yeah, so any individual shot will look like a watercolor, but when it's in motion, it actually looks really good.
Wait, so did she not watch in the actual film then? Because I've got to be honest, it's been a while since I saw First Avenger.
It's been a while since I've seen it as well, to be honest. Like, I guess she went out of the room, which is what did the thing.
I mean, he just said that, she chose to leave during, so I'm just going to assume that is the case.
Yeah. And now she's noticing something. Yeah, it's that fella.
That prick. Jeez. Oh, God, that looks slightly gory in that art style.
Yeah, it was meant to. That's the thing, the way that they do it, like a single splash of gore that's only there for like a couple of frames.
Sorry, did you see Howard Stark's O-face there?
Oh!
Man, I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Stark, get in there. Because Howard Stark, yeah, he's a bit of a tit, let's be honest.
But it's so in character. It'd be so weird if he did decide to.
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, this is set in the 1940s, so I guarantee the only reason that dude has issues is because she.
Yeah. But also, she's American.
British.
Sorry, she's British and he's American. Because she's not American.
I do like how, even though Rogers isn't getting super serumed, he's still got the Captain America spirit.
Yeah, and he's alive. Like he's been injured, but he's not dead.
True.
Like, I think the only reason they're not risk putting him in the pod right now is because he's injured and he might not survive it.
That's entirely the reason. Wow, this is doing things to me.
Yeah, it's meant to.
Oh boy. Oh, it absolutely is because she.
Absolutely.
Oh boy, I hate this prick.
Oh, yeah. Which is what they do. Which is what they try for the next 30 years.
Oh, yeah, you're correct, but fuck. It's so bothersome because even without the super serum, she's still a fucking top-ranking fucking personnel.
Yeah, intelligence artist. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. My God, she should super be able to do that right now. But fuck, is it incredible? Oh wow, there's loads.
Yep.
I like the reference. The art style's lovely.
Steve looks so bad when he's skinny.
Yeah, but it didn't look good even in the movie.
True, fair enough.
That sounds like Chris Evans to me.
I think it is, yeah.
If it's not, whoever they got to do the voice is fucking doing a banger job.
Oh, so he's going to be a Bucky now.
I don't think he will be. I don't think he's quite competent enough to be a Bucky. Physically, that is.
Because I know actual Bucky is one of the voices in the series. I don't know whether he shows up in this.
I mean, Sebastian Stan was in the opening credits.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm being very silent because this is kind of intriguing. Oh, this is pre-Red Skull.
Yeah, before his nose falls off.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was Hugo Weaving.
Maybe so.
I mean, that dude will do anything if you
If you pay him well enough and sync up with his schedule well enough.
Like, he's one of those few people who doesn't mind taking roles where his face doesn't need to be the face. Like, a lot of people are still surprised when I say he played V.
Like, anyone could have played that.
Yeah.
But only Hugo Weaving could have done it correctly.
What a fucking shit general, actually.
Like, legitimately awful.
Like, oh, the enemy has got this super powerful tech. Oh, cool, let's just hope they don't work out how to use it then. Fuck you, you fucking prick!
I did like, it's a couple of moments ago now, but I do like the visual of looking at the Tesseract on a piece of paper, and then it just goes straight to the exact same cube in a glass of whiskey.
Yeah, it was good. I don't quite know why he'd changed the star motif to the Union Jack this early on. But it does look cool.
Well, it looks alright, but it's one of those, like, I think that Americans think that we think more of the flag than we do.
It's entirely an American fucking problem. America puts more faith in the flag. Like, America is so patriotic, it's disgusting. Sorry, American viewers, but like the fact that they do the Pledge of Allegiance in school I don't know if it's every day, but it's at least once a week as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, it is actually a daily indoctrination thing.
Like, that's so close to Nazi Germany shit.
Yeah, there she goes.
Dude, her uniform is baller.
It's pretty good. In terms of, like, having an MCU Captain Britain, I'd be totally down with this.
Well, yeah, because actual Captain Britain is shit.
Yeah.
Captain Britain is such a shit tier hero.
Yeah, because he just weaponizes self-esteem. Which, you know, if you're British, it's one of the worst superpowers to have.
Like, the only British superhero I like is Constantine, and he's not Marvel.
Yeah. I think you mentioned this before, but isn't he technically DC?
I just said he's DC.
Oh, wait, he said he's not Marvel, but there's also
sorry, he is DC, yeah.
Yeah, there's the movie one as well, which is kind of not the DC guy, but also kind of is.
It's very weird because Keanu Reeves... Like, people will praise Keanu Reeves' performance as Constantine, but I really don't like it. This guy's name's like Han Zola, isn't it? Or some shit.
Yeah, Armin Zola, I think.
Ah! Lovely. Wait, doesn't that mean she did a better job than fucking Steve did?
Yeah, but that's the whole thing about what ifs. Like, the what if has to go well in the early stages to set up, like, the divergence.
I mean, my point is the classic point of there's a line in one of the Game of Thrones. It's not a prequel novel, but it's like a novella set before the actual books. Dunk and Egg. There's a female fucking idiot. There's a woman. No, female sounds better. Ruler, and she makes a point of talk. She talks to Dunk at one point, and just says, "By the way, guess what? If you're a woman in charge, you when you get in a pissing contest, you've got to piss twice as hard and twice as much to get half the recognition."
Yep.
Boy, that was a long spiel, and I'm pretty sure I said some un-PC things with that, but fuck it. It's done now.
Well, that's the thing. It was written by someone who also knew that it wasn't PC and also knew that it wasn't right.
I meant me umming and ahhing over whether to say female or woman, but saying woman rulers just hits the ear wrong. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I feel you. Look at these imprisoned bobbies.
I'm so disappointed that ginger prick didn't have an Irish accent. If that is Stan voicing that, he did not do a good read.
Yeah, maybe not, but oh well.
It will go to. We will probably find out in this that being a good actor doesn't necessarily mean you can voice act for shit.
Because part of what it makes him good at making doing the Winter Soldier / Bucky Barnes idea is that he can just brood for a little bit.
What? So?
Oh, okay.
That's a interesting take. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, me either.
That's a good line. Of course, it makes absolute sense, because Howard Stark is a genius, and why wouldn't he be able to make an Iron Man suit, even if it is a primitive version of it?
Oh, it's got to be a primitive one, but, like...
Oh, because they've got the Tesseract in this universe as well.
Yeah, they got the Tesseract early on, so that's why they've got the ability to power it.
Do you know what? I'm such a soppy bollocks that the first thing I'm thinking of right now is I hope this episode ends with them two having a happy relationship.
Yeah!
There's no reason for them to not have that this time. Oh, this fucking toady. Oh, I want to slap. I want him to get some form of comeuppance.
Man, yeah, he needs to be fired.
Oh!
Man, they even do the Iron Giant thing where she rides him.
That means two things. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Jesus Christ, she is brutal. Do you know what? I think it's because they're doing it in animated form as opposed to live action that they can have a bit more leeway with being brutal with this type of shit.
That was cool.
Oh, vicious though. Ich bin Schneisenschien. I can't speak German, I'm going to stop.
I can speak a bit of German, but most of what I remember would be either irreverent or rude.
Probably. Oh my day. I love it when people talk smack to Red Skull even when he's not Red Skull yet, because this dude knows shit. It's one of those weird things where Hydra being a branch of Nazism is already evil enough, but the fact that he's, like, already planning to supersede Hitler is quite... I guess the word I'm looking for is cool.
Yeah.
Oh, he's already been Red Skulled!
Yeah. I think he's been Red Skull for a while, and he's just been pretending.
Evidently. Oh god, that's... Ooh, makes me uncomfortable. I know it's meant to, but shit.
Yeah, how do you become more Nazi than a Nazi salute? Well, you use both hands and make them fists.
I forgot that detail. Can't get over how much Steve Rogers looks like a Telltale character in this. He looks the most like a Telltale character than anyone else.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of the Clone Wars to a degree. Oh, yeah, you're my hero. But yeah, other than the fact that the Clone Wars cartoon... Well, not cartoon, the Clone Wars series is based on wooden puppets.
Okay. Sorry, I listened to what you were saying, but my brain got distracted by this cockblock.
Yeah, I also got distracted by Howard Stark.
Bastard! Like, he didn't even do it on purpose, but you know.
Like, he was doing it for good reasons. Because Bucky has indeed stolen a Jeep.
I remember this scene.
Yeah!
Well, to be fair, in canon, this mission ended very poorly for him. Not that should affect this, I know, but you know. Is it a bit weird how much that looks like, what's his name, Ironmonger?
Yeah.
Scrapmonger? What the fuck was that thing called?
Yeah, Ironmonger, yeah. But the reason for that is that was based on the Mark 1 Iron Man suit.
That's good. That's good. Oh. I don't remember that part.
Oh no.
Shit, is that Steve actually gone?
Maybe.
Dude, if they don't get a happy ending, I will be fucking actually depressed at the end.
So now that that's changed, does that mean there's going to be Winter Steve in this universe?
I don't think... Well, maybe, I suppose, because they can pump him with serum, I guess.
And he's got an entire suit of armor to protect him from the worst of the explosion in his face.
Discussion aside, I'm actually kind of sad.
Oh, you're meant to be.
Like, that trick has worked. Oh, I want to fucking knock this prick out. I want her to knock that prick out.
Here's the thing, I'm now. There's a lot of these things where I'm just going to be literally listening to what the guys are saying, and
I think you've hit the nail on the head with this one. I think we're going to see Winter Steve.
And he might show up a lot earlier, especially if Red Skull survives this earlier bit.
Did you get that one? She told him, "You're lucky to even be in the room." That is definitely the main goal, I'd say. And kudos to her for knowing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like every single thing of this might end the war never goes down, but they always have to believe that it will. Whereas this time, they know that it probably won't, but what they need to do is stop Hydra.
Is there anything cooler than that fucking flashy throwing the shield shit?
The bonk. There's something real visceral about it that technically anyone could do it, but only someone who's very good at on-the-fly mathematics can do it properly.
Like, the one that blows my mind is Falcon learning to do that shit, because he is just a dude.
Yeah. Although at least they do show him training with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, it didn't just happen overnight, obviously. Like, case in point, we had at least 4 episodes where he didn't have the damn thing. I do like how Howard has actually come, even though he doesn't need to.
I'm surprised that he's not made his own mini suit.
He can't, he doesn't have the Tesseract, man.
Yeah, but like, now, when you make one, it's normally... You're normally able to make another one similar, even if it's not as good.
Yes, but the idea is the Tesseract's the power source for it.
Sure, and that's what's letting it move.
You gotta bear in mind, other than the Tesseract, we're working with 1940s tech.
Yeah.
Oh, please tell me Steve is not still in that while it's like that. Because that would be fucked.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, Jesus, I hate that type of character trope.
A shield is not a plan, yeah.
I don't like agreeing with Howard Stark, but Howard Stark is correct. I don't remember this!
Well, it says Shumagarath.
Is there more of a British sentence than that?
And it's exactly the kind of thing that an American would write into a script as well.
Fuck! Oh, good, he's not in it. Okay. Again, I appreciate, even though they've taken away the super serum from Rogers, he is still acting like Rogers.
Yeah, that's the thing, because he's always had that plucky spirit, the both. It's like can-do attitude. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, that was too funny. Go on.
Yeah. Like the can-do attitude, and also always ready to be the one to jump on the wire.
Yeah. I'm not going to make the joke, but I did think it. Boy, it sure is a good thing Howard agreed to come along. There's been a lot of good not throwaway lines, but comedy lines.
Hey, being the genius is my thing.
I appreciate that. Too many times, generic genius man just understands all languages magically because he's smart, so he has to know everything.
I do like the shot of her with the sword.
Somehow, without knowing any of the buttons do, he has managed to work it out. You need to get her out of a tentacle, bro. Damn it, and she's even in the exact position she has to be in where she can't swing the damn sword. Not the time, Hal.
How did she get let out?
By the looks of things, I guess the suit stomping on the tentacle was enough to make it loosen its grip.
Make it let go, yeah, I guess.
Or enough to loosen its grip enough for her strength to come into effect. Why is it not affecting Carter?
I guess super resilience or something.
Does that? I guess that can apply to eardrums.
Yeah, but normally when you've got enhanced everything, you have enhanced hearing, and that's normally worse for things like that.
But it also didn't seem to affect Howard. It's so weird.
Yeah, I guess it's
It's fucking plot armor, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's named characters are immune, apart from Bucky.
Well, Bucky's a real nothing character at this point, isn't he?
Kinda, yeah. He's not even Steve's Bucky.
Oh, is this how she's going to get frozen in time? Oh man, I was hoping they were going to get a happy ending in this. That's not great. How didn't that kill him?
Plot armor.
Oh,
Literal plot armor.
it happens a lot more in cartoons than it does in real life media. Well, real life movies, but fuck, it's an annoying one. Video games is the worst offender for plot armor.
Oh yeah, well you got a goddamn cutscene. Like,
you're not allowed to beat this, boss.
Doesn't matter that you just kicked its ass.
I'm looking at you, Kai Leng, in Mass Effect 3.
Yeah. And then you kick his ass in a fucking cutscene.
It's the worst, man. What are we going? So, what time period has she been teleported to? That is the question, I suppose. Jesus Christ, she fucked that thing up, didn't she?
Is this going to be like 6 weeks later?
It's not going to be 6 weeks later. That'd be too happy. Oh man, why do I have to go through this shit again? The only silver lining is, hopefully, in that timeline, when she does the Infinity take back, she also does the back in time thing.
Like, I don't see why she wouldn't. Like, she's poised as being a smart one. So, not being able to think of that it's a weird one to not even think of.
It depends on whether or not her morals allow her to.
Yeah.
She might think her powers are better used, in the coming fights, potentially.
Yeah, but by the same token, she's seen what an Iron person can do. So seeing actual Iron Man in that universe...
Assuming we get an Iron Man in that universe, like we got a Hawkeye, but, Yeah,
you got Hawkeye, Howard Stark survived, like, you're probably going to have a Tony Stark. You might even have a surviving Howard, because if there's no Winter Soldier, that means that in MCU logic, Tony's parents don't get assassinated.
Guess. Samuel L. Jackson was Fury. I don't see Chris Evans' name, so I guess that was a sound-alike. In which case, fucking kudos. It went too far for me, too fast for me to look at every single voice actor. That's the first episode. That's pretty strong. I do want to see the other episodes. Going in, I did think that the episode would be fine. It's just a concept I wasn't as keen on as others that they've shown. I'm glad they didn't start with a zombie one, because the zombie one looks boring as fuck.
Yeah, but I think what carried it for me in this situation was the art style.
If it's going to be that art style throughout, man, did you not watch any of the trailers?
Oh yeah, totally. But that's what I mean. Like, the thing that carried it for an opening episode was the fact that the art style was good. Yes, it was a cool story, but if the art style wasn't quite as charming, I wouldn't be quite as invested. So it did a good job of getting me hooked in.
I get what you're saying, but I don't like judging shows on its art style, because there's a lot of really shit-looking shows that have got some real magic to them.
Oh, true. But then again, even the shit is part of the magic sometimes.
What?
Like it's a weird way of putting it, maybe then, but
I don't get what your point is. You're gonna have to explain. That's what's confusing me.
Sometimes a crappy art style is part of the charm of the show.
No, almost always it detracts from it, but it doesn't matter if the content is, good.
Well, like, South Park isn't exactly got the best art style, but it's incredibly easy to replicate.
I mean, like, have you seen how they used to do that animation back in the fucking day?
Oh yeah, with literal physical pieces of paper. They had, 10 mouth shapes.
Fucking odd.
Yeah. And then as soon as Flash became a thing that they could use properly, then they switched immediately to it, because it did everything they wanted to do with paper better.
Yeah, instead of literally copy and pasting and having to find a mouse, it's all digital now.
Yep.
Dude, speaking of copy and pasting, I remember one time when I went to get one of my tattoos done. This is a bit of a tangent, I know. I was talking to the tattooist and he said, "Oh, right, I'm going to resize this." So he resized it on his computer, and then he went, "Right, this would look better over here, so I'm going to cut and paste it." And he said, "Hey, do you want to see something cool?" And I went, "Yeah, okay." I'm just standing and waiting around at that point. And he cut off part of the thing, because he'd already printed it out. He cut it off and then he pasted it somewhere else, and he did this and that. And he went, "Yeah, see, old school copy and paste. This dude's old, man." And I was just, I didn't say anything because the dude's about to tattoo me. Like, I'm taking up a lot of his time, even though I'm paying him for it. I'm going to be polite. I was just like, yeah, that's cool. I don't think he ever will, but I hope that dude never watches this podcast, because it comes off as mildly insulting, doesn't it?
Well, it's not meant to. Like, as always, whenever we're poking a bit of fun, it's always from a place of love.
I mean, that dude's tattooed every tattoo except for one on me. Like, I wouldn't say there's a bond, but you don't get tattooed by someone that amount of times without having a great admiration for their work.
Yeah. And was the one that got covered up by Lady Maria?
No, the one was a group tattoo I got done down up in... It wasn't Butlins, it's a place around Butlins. I forget where the place is called.
Okay, fair enough.
That was good, that was good. So I've got to ask, Rick, moment of the episode.
It's a really, really minor one, but just powering through the propeller of that plane with the shield. I just thought it was a really cool visual, a really cool moment.
I get you, it was good. Like, I didn't quite like the visceralness of it, but you can't deny it wasn't cool.
It was one of like 15 cool moments in that entire sequence, but that was the one that stuck out to me randomly out of nowhere. How about you? What was your number one moment?
My number one moment was her coming out of the serum chamber, because I make it no secret that I like big buff warrior women.
I too am looking forward to She-Hulk.
It depends how much they focus on her as a lawyer, because I quite like that side of things.
Yeah?
If they don't split it 50-50 between her being She-Hulk and her being lawyer, I'll probably not be as interested. If they lean more towards She-Hulk, I'll be very bored.
They also have her be a lawyer as She-Hulk as well, because she likes being big and green.
Okay.
She tries not to revert back to her normal form as much as possible, because she enjoys the confidence of being 8 feet tall.
I mean, sure, but the comics I've read have her reverting to her human form, as it were, for court cases. That's neither here nor there, really. We're dwelling on things that we don't know what's going to happen. But we do know the answer to one thing. Rick, who's your MVP?
My MVP is probably going to be Howard.
Okay, interesting choice.
Yeah, so when he's given the tools, he can come through. On 2 occasions in that show, he did. On one occasion, he made the Hydra Stomper, and on the other occasion, he was in the room at the end of days when he was able to do the best he could to stop the Shuma-Gorath tentacle monster. What was your MVP?
I'm genuinely surprised you gave it to Howard, because I thought you'd agree with me and give it to Carter.
Here's the thing. I thought you were going to do that, and I was going to give us something else to talk about.
There's nothing wrong with us both giving the MVP award to the same thing. The point of the MVP award is to say who we thought was the most valuable, player. I think, trying to alter it so you don't give the same award to the same person it takes away from the times when actually there is a standout character or person in this episode or franchise, and it's this character because we've both given the award to it. But yeah, you do you if you're determined to be contrarian.
I do have a secondary reasoning though, in that, if it was Steve and it went the normal way, then a lot of other things would have gone the same way, and the role of the captain still gets things done.
No, that's not true though, is it? Because we've seen what happened when Steve was in the scenario. Steve was content going on publicity morale tours, whereas Carter went, no, fuck that, I'm going to go get shit done straight away. That was one of the key differences. I think it's a ridiculous thing to say if Steve was captain in this What If episode, things would have happened exactly the same. No, they wouldn't. That's the kind of the fucking core concept of the show, my dude.
Sure.
Well, I guess the only thing left to do is to do our outros. So, if you liked this, if you want to comment, share a comment on YouTube. You can also send us an email at nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. So, join us next week where we'll be reviewing something else, something different. We do have a schedule, but I can't remember what it was. So, bye for now.
And it's goodbye from me.